Hey guys, how's it going? And thanks for coming. I'm Nick, and this is Real Life Money, where we talk about real life and money, because you know schools aren't. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos. So let's get started. So yes, if you've heard in my voice, I am still a little sick, but this is an important time of month. 3 stocks to buy for the next month of October 2018. And this is going to be a very interesting one. Before we go into anything at all, Micron just dropped after earnings, so look into them if you're interested. That is not one of my 3 stocks. Kind of just wanted to throw it out there. But let's just dive right into it, guys. The first stock, I have had it on this channel once before. I started looking at them the beginning of the year, started investing. So let's look at them, which is Corning Incorporated. They are a glass provider. One of their most popular products is Gorilla Glass. They are involved with basically any type of electronic on phones, tablets, TVs, stuff like that. So with more devices, they will do better. Of course, they do have a huge array of different products, so they are very diversified. It's like a 100-year-old company. So you could see that this is their year-to-date chart. And they dropped in the beginning of the year. And that's basically what they were stating in their conference call. And then they said in the second half of the year, they were going to increase. And that's exactly what they're doing now. So unfortunately, right now is kind of after the recent run-up. However, they are releasing earnings in October, which is one of the reasons why I put it out there. Because if it drops on these earnings, that could definitely be an interesting entry point. So I've been buying since the beginning of the year on the way down, and now it's starting to make its way back up. You could see in some numbers right now, its forward PE is just under 18, so it is kind of fairly valued, but it does have growth behind it. With that 2% dividend, it's great to hold, especially for the long term. It's a very old company, and I think it has nice growth potential to hold for like a very long time, so that's why I like them a lot. Moving right along to the second stock for the next month is FedEx. They recently got back on my radar because they dropped after their earnings. Not as much as their last earnings. As you can see, they dropped, I think it was like 10%. It was like with earnings and with Amazon talks and trade wars, just a bunch of things. But now it's just the earnings. So now they could start rebounding as well, just like they have before. And with the holiday season coming up, they could basically have a record. So we could see FedEx's stats. Their PEs are very low. Now, a lot of people are actually worried about Amazon being a competitor to them. However, it's not actually as large as a lot of people think. It's actually below like 10%, I think possibly below 5% of their revenue. And especially with all these online orders from everywhere, someone has to ship it. Again, holiday season coming up could be probably will be the biggest yet. So I definitely do see FedEx to be very interesting. And same thing with trade wars. There is some exposure to China, so they could get hurt in that department. But I think I remember reading like it was only 10% of their revenue which is linked to China. So the rest of it is basically fine. And they have a little dividend to keep you kind of happy while things are kind of around 1%. I'm struggling, guys. My throat's killing me. But moving on to the third stock, which is pizza. That's all I got to say. With Domino's Pizza, they've been doing crazy. You can see this chart year to date. But I wanted to put it out there that they do have earnings coming out beginning of October. So this could be a possible entry point if it drops. Now, their growth is incredible. They do have stores out there. Their online ordering has been blowing up, which gives them a competitive advantage to basically any other like pizza store. Kids are still going to college and ordering pizzas. So Domino's is benefiting off of that. Unfortunately, their debt levels kind of suck. They have a ridiculous amount of debt, but sometimes their growth could actually outpace their debt. So that's kind of seems what the stock is leaning toward. They're looking at its growth, not its debt. Looking at its stats, higher PE. So if it does drop, good entry point, and has a good change 41%, 52 weeks. So I'm done here, guys. Gonna wrap it up. These are definitely some stocks to look at for the upcoming month of October. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns, leave them down below. Love to hear what you guys have to say. I'm really dying right now. But thank you so much for watching, guys. And I'll see you in the next one.